The reason why you get so many half-truths on the internet is not because of a conspiracy, but it's simply because the person only knows part of the truth. So they're popping off on part of the truth. And I guess that's good. But Ronin Man's here to fill it in. So I was watching this video. One of the guys, Jorn, sent me the interview of Sadia Khan. And she's a psychologist and I think she's a psychotherapist. Anyway, she got all the papers, right? And she's quite interesting. I've watched a couple of her videos, never all the way through, just FYI, but I've watched them and enjoyed them. And in this one, the point that she was making was a very interesting one. It said, the number one thing evolutionary that women are attracted to is when they can't manipulate a man. Okay, so for you guys that love short videos, you would say that's it. That's the number one fucking thing. It's been proven. Here we got, if you think about it too, it's like very attractive for women, right? So it fits both the kind of the scholastic, Ivy League kind of way, and it also is logically true in your mind, right? The problem is, here's the problem. I really thought about this one a lot, and I've had a lot of experience because I've had a lot of girls very attracted to me, and yet it didn't usually give me what I wanted. Okay, so how can something be so true but yet mean nothing to a man? This is what Sadia Khan would never know, because she is in fact a woman, an attractive woman. So she thinks, oh, I'm telling the guys the truth. Here's the problem, is that women want to manipulate you, okay? So they will try every trick they can. This is what women are good at. Men are physically stronger. Women are much better at getting what they want without physical strength, right? That's manipulation. Now, manipulation is not all bad. You can manipulate somebody to go to work. You can manipulate a kid to go to school and not cross the road and get run over. So there's a place for manipulation in our lives. I'm glad that some guys were able to manipulate me to get on the right track, right? Because I wasn't easy to, I wasn't a big, sometimes I wasn't so open-minded, right? But what does it mean for you? Here's why it's totally meaningless for you. Well, it's always good to have information and know, right? So logically now, right, that women are very attracted to a guy they can't manipulate. It makes perfect sense. They want a strong man, right? They want somebody who gives them confidence that they can go through the world till death, whether they're going to stay there or not. They want the feeling of a rock of a man who's going to take them, the captain that's going to take them across the stormy seas. Now, they'll probably fuck the captain over, but that captain's still useful, right? A captain could save your life, and later on, you could do something bad to him, right? After he saved your life, right? So you don't necessarily need the guy 10 times, right? Anyway, women are attracted. So what could be the problem? What could be the problem, right? It's all good, baby. Just click on to the next video. Okay, so my own experience with girls that wanted to manipulate me is that I just refuse. Okay, I will not. I'm very social. I like to keep myself looking good, smelling good, being attractive to women. I worked on all kinds of stuff when I was younger. Style, body, humor, things that, by the way, helped me a lot in my life and business and friendships and everything. It was things to be more well-rounded and attractive, charismatic, and that kind of stuff. Okay, now, the girl's trying to manipulate me. So basically, it starts from the shit test, which you guys know I go by the strict definition of the shit test was the guy who invented it, which was PUA guy. And I believe it was mystery. But anyway, the shit test is only when you first talk to a woman in a club. Okay? That's where it came from. As you come up and she just ignores you or whatever, right? Now they've kind of expanded shit test to mean in relationships and divorce and fucking whatever. It's always good to know where the etymology of a word, where it came from. It came from that first moment. Girl you didn't know, high value, hot chick, miniskirt, club, you standing there, and her just icing you, right? And that's a shit test to see if you had the confidence to go through that. Now that is attractive, okay? So in that sense, she's right, 100%. Women find that very attractive, is that the man just keeps going. And one of my favorite PUA advices was from Owen Cook, and he said, just keep talking. Like, just pretend like she's being nice and just keep talking. It's like, hey, so we're going to go over there, I was thinking about, and then just like, you're just like impermeable, or impermanent. I can't think of the word. She can't fucking pierce your armor, right? You're just like, oh. And then in the girl's mind, what happens is it never happened. See? That's the way girls are. If 5 minutes later you're still happy and talking, she's like, I guess that didn't happen. Like, it's weird. That's a girl's mind. It is. She'll just move on. It's the weirdest thing. Guys remember details. Guys are logical. Girls are not. Right? So when you keep just keep going on, like you're just, it doesn't bother you at all. At some point you win. Right? That's where most guys lose in pickup, is they hear that first no and they stop. Right? So you just keep going. Okay. So we know that is attractive. But here's the thing, is none of us are studying pickup right now, right? Well, very few of us. There's probably somebody, but we're not interested in that. We don't care, you don't care, that some hot girl, drunk girl in a club is going to talk to you, right? You don't fucking care. So what she's saying there has totally no value at all, because here's the thing. Past that first interaction, okay, now you're in a relationship. She's going to try to manipulate you again and again and again and again. Okay. Now you fight back. You don't fucking give in. In a good way. Like, you keep your cool. You're fucking totally cool, but you just don't give in to the manipulation. You stay yourself. You find a way out. You slip out of it. You know, you're fucking 50 ways to leave your lover. You're just slipping and sliding away from her attacks. And she's like, damn, this guy's, he's so good. Now she's going to be very attracted to you. Okay? And this is what happens. And I'm talking from experience. What happens is, after a period of time, and it could be a month, it could be a very short period of time for a girl with problems, and it could be several years for a healthy, normal girl. At some point, she thinks, this guy is fucking awesome. He never gives in. But, now here's the big but. What does a man want in a relationship? This is all you got to know. A man wants what he's getting right now. Okay? The only reason why a man would cave in to any manipulation is because he thinks he's not going to get what he's getting now. Okay? The problem is, relationships, they always change. So, in the beginning, she bones your brains out, she cooks food, she wears sexy underwear, and then, of course, she stops, right? Now, you don't give in to manipulation, you might once in a while get her to do something, right? But the buck stops somewhere with every chick, okay? It always stops. It's all fake, because she doesn't want what you're doing now. That's a big difference with men and women. Men want what's happening now, that's why they're there. Women want something in the future. So they're doing something now to get something later. So they're like, yeah, I'll do this for him. I'll do that for him. I'll do this for him. And then he'll do this for me. Okay. Whereas a man is like much simpler in that way. He's like, she's skinny. She's fucking laughing. She's fucking awesome. I feel good when I'm with her. I bone her brains out every time I see her. We have good times. She makes my life better. It's in the moment. So he likes what he's getting now. So here's the problem, and I'll just end this video short. The problem is that attraction only goes until she finally lays down the hammer, the gauntlet in the predator female. She finally says, if you don't marry me, this and this. If you don't buy me this, this and this. And so it didn't matter. The only thing that is true about what Sadia said is that your dating will be better. Okay? She will be more attracted to you. Okay, but don't ever take that to mean anything deeper than that. It's just in the moment. Okay, you're not being manipulated. She feels comfortable with you because you're a strong man. But at some point, and that point is usually some kind of commitment, like engagement. That's where she takes control. And from then on, a woman has control. So you have control until that moment, until that commitment, when you move in. Okay, when you marry her, right? When you propose. Until that moment, you have control. And that control comes from her attraction to you. But see, she doesn't value attraction that much. She values it. Kind of like the same way you might value a nice remote for your TV or something, right? You might value, your fucking cool new tires you got. But, they wear out. They're not forever. They're not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So the attraction doesn't mean shit to you, okay? It's nice, and it does mean better sex in dating. So I guess I could say it's quite valuable in that sense. But you have to know that it is a temporary thing. That's all you got to know. And just think about it. Those 3 times when you commit, you get on one knee, you give her a ring, you give her the big ring, right, in the weird church building, and then the next one is when you give her anything like that. Move in with her, so you're standing at the door with your suitcases, that's another commitment. And the other one is you're holding a kid. So those things, those commitments to her, that is when it all shifts to her. And this is a sad thing, but this is the absolute reality in the West. It's a reality in a lot of the world, but in the West, it absolutely is. So keep in mind, it is somewhat true. The attraction is, girls like it. They're very attracted to a guy they can't manipulate. But just know that it's kind of, in a sense, it's all fake, because the whole point of the relationship is to cage you up in the end and get what she wants. There's a long term, she's playing the long game, okay? And the long game, attraction doesn't mean shit. That's the problem. It only matters in the short and medium game. And that medium game can be very short too, right? Does that make sense? So you need to know the details about things. So yes, you do want to be a man who can't be manipulated. And that doesn't mean a man who says, I can't be manipulated. Right? It's an art, not being manipulated. It's how you maintain it. You're in a good mood, man. You are the party, right? You walk around wherever you go. You're the fucking party. And she wants to join in the party, right? And you can't be manipulated. See? It's not like you can't be manipulated, but you're this miserable, angry guy. I can't be manipulated. No. You're the fucking party, babe. Bro, you're fucking looking good. You're fucking in great shape. You're fucking funny. You go to cool places. You're making the coin you want. You're moving up. You're fucking stoked. Your friends are fucking stoked. You got good friends. And you're the fucking party, Brandon. That's it. And she's trying to get you. She's trying to manipulate. But in the end, it ends in tears. And kind of like, I'll just end on this, is if you look at the timeline of history, right? Humans are just this tiny little thing at the end, right? In a relationship with a woman, the part where she's attracted to you not being manipulated is only in that first little blip. The rest, which is basically your whole life, right, till you die, is the other part where she's in control of you. She's the dungeon master, okay? So that's the key thing. That's the key thing. If you understand that, yes, it is true, but how much does it mean? You tell me. All right, post in there, and hope you guys are having a great day. Going to be a football game on. I think I might get some exercise and fucking sit down and watch that. What the hell? A bunch of guys coming over. I hope you guys have a good Sunday.